you for joining us on today's live. We are live on Instagram. We're also live on YouTube. Thank you for joining us on today's live. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, welcome to our Build, Grow, Tribe Mondays with Coach Lola. Today's topic is a very interesting one. We're going to be defining our money personality. What is your money personality? Is your money personality affecting your wallet, affecting how you build wealth, affecting your relationship with money? Hey, it's the month of love. We're here to talk about relationships. We're going to be focusing on your money relationship. What is your money language? We have the love language. We also have the money language. How do you relate to your money? So please do well to share, and invite. I love interactions. And I would love to hear from you all in terms of your questions and your engagement as well. If you'd like to say hello in the chat, welcome, 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 welcome. If you have any questions, do well to drop them as well as you connect with us today. If you have any insights on today's topic, I would love to discuss them. I'd love to hear them all. So yes, drop them in the chat. A hello, a hi, how you doing? Will also go a long way to show your support on this channel. Thumbs up as well. Give us lots of love. Show us lots of love on this channel to know that we're not doing this alone. It goes a long way in helping us grow on this channel. On my channel, it helps me. But I do have a question while you're focusing on today's topic and getting yourself situated. My question is to everyone. No judgment. We all know in this channel, on this space, it's a safe space. We are honest with each other. We love clarity. We love to be clear, be fair, be honest in our conversations. And I have a question. No judgment. I just need to hear from you. Have you ever made a financial decision that felt right in the moment, but later on you're like, oh, why did I make that decision? Why did I send that money? Why did I make that payment? When your emotions are settled, or you're just, having a replay in your mind on how your day went. And it's like, you know, a quick reflection on how your day went. And you looked back and thought, why did I do that? Now, it may have been a purchase. Maybe it was a delay. Maybe it was an investment that you avoided. Or maybe it was money you gave when you really could not afford it. Most especially when our backs are against the wall. When your back is against the wall is when we make bad decisions, because many of us react out of emotions, and the spun of the moment. Or maybe it was, when you gave money when you really could not afford it, like I said. Or maybe you've said this before: I know what I should do with the money, but I don't always do it. If that sounds familiar, if that is you, I know what I should do with the money, but I don't always do it. This is your moment. Take a deep breath. Tonight's conversation is not about discipline. It's not about blaming anybody. It's not about pointing fingers. It's just about defining your true money personality, who you are in this very moment. And it's really understanding yourself, because most financial frustrations do not come from lack of knowledge. No, it comes from misaligned behaviors, and behaviors are deeply connected to our personalities. Now, if this already connects with you on a personal level, or you know someone that can relate to this topic, please hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. It's for free. It's not going to cost you anything. There you go. Thank you. Now, what if I told you that your money habits are not spontaneous? They're not random. What if I told you that your money personality is the number one reason you're either building wealth, or you're unfortunately staying broke, living paycheck to paycheck, like many of us are today? What if the reason budgeting feels hard or is not consistent, feels difficult, feels inconsistent, or investing feels, scary, intimidating, overwhelming? Is because you've been trying to force yourself into systems that really are not designed for how you think or how you feel or how you decide or even how you relate to money. When you don't understand your money personality, you are unintentionally sabotaging your progress around your money journey, your wealth journey. That is what you're doing. Now, not because you're not responsible, no. And it's not because you don't care. I mean, who's not going to care about their money? We all work hard for our money. But because emotions are quietly leading our decisions, while common sense shows up very much really late in the game. So tonight we're going to change that. We're gonna change it. We're gonna have some conversations around our money personalities. And there are six in total. There's six money personalities. And I'm gonna go through them. And please stay tuned. For everyone joining us now, yes, hello and welcome. Good evening, good evening, good evening. If you're new to this channel, seeing my beautiful face for the first time, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Build, Grow, Tribe Mondays here on my YouTube channel, Coach Lola Owokoniran. Just like my name is spelled, is the channel for the moment. Thank you all for joining us. And we do really appreciate you connecting with us, staying with us each and every time that we go live, watching our videos, liking them, leaving your comments. It goes a long way. So, yes, you can connect with us on all of the social media platforms. We are there sharing content, empowering you all about your money, your relationship with money, your wealth, legacy, and ultimately your purpose, which is the very reason why we're leaving. Um, if you're new here, my name is Coach Lola Owokoniran. Again, thank you for joining. Now, this channel really exists to help individuals, families, business owners to, most importantly, our mission to build wealth, leave a legacy, and to live purposefully. And we're doing that without compromising our faith in God or our values, which is very important. Now, this is not a rich, quick scheme space. This is not a space for you to feel pressured about anything. We're not all about perfection. We know we are on a financial journey, building our wealth brick by brick, block by block, one money decision at a time. This is about clarity, about gaining wisdom, acquiring it, and ultimately being in alignment with the will of God upon your life. If you're watching us live, again, please say hello. Drop a hello, drop a chat, drop a comment. If you're watching the replay, I'm truly glad you're here and thank you for connecting with us. Before we continue, like this video, it's free. Support my channel by doing that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. So each time we go live, you're fully aware, or each time we drop any new videos in the coming days, coming weeks, you are connected. We're building a community of people who are choosing to build wealth, who are choosing clarity over confusion, who are choosing systems, processes over stress, and choosing to walk in the path of faith in God, which is the essence. Now, let's ground this in reality. Today's topic right now. Let's look at some statistics of where we are globally as adults, as individuals. Now, we have over 70% of adults say that money is their number one source of stress. And might I add that money is also the number one reason why many marriages, or I should say the top three reasons why many marriages, many homes are broken, divorce. Many couples divorce. Nearly 60% of people who attempt budgeting stop within 3 months. Many people earning good incomes still feel financially insecure. Now, they tell us something important. The problem is not information. We have the information. The problem is behavioral alignment. Like I said earlier, many of us don't even know what our relationship is with our money. We know our love languages, but we don't know our money language. What is your money language? The problem is behavioral alignment, how we react to money, how we react to wealth, how we behave around money, the decisions we make. You can know what to do and still struggle with it. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7 says, as a person thinketh in their heart, so are they. Your financial decisions flow from your inner world, from your heart, from your past experiences, from how you were raised, your emotions, your beliefs, your fears, and ultimately, while we're the focus of today's video, your personality. Until those are fully addressed, no spreadsheet, no financial plan, no strategy can save you. No budgeting until you identify this and you confront it. Your money personality is the emotional and behavioral lens through which you earn money, spend money, save money, invest money, avoid money conversations, or even how you delay important decisions around money. That is your money personality. And we are going to discuss that today. So I really, really want to encourage you all to stay in tune with today's topic, your money relationship. What is your money relationship? Understanding this does not box you in. It frees you. It reveals your relationship to your money. It explains why certain habits feel natural and others feel exhausting. Tonight, I'll walk you through 6 common money personality types. There's so many, but we're just going to focus on 6 and how each impacts your financial decisions, how each one should be building wealth, and how every single type can affect your money decisions, can affect how you build wealth. Number 1, which we're going to start off with, is who we call the impulsive spender. That's the first personality trait we're going to start off with. The impulsive spender. Now, if this is you, you want to stay close. You want to listen here carefully. The impulsive spender. They go by emotions first. Then common sense, logic comes later. They often think or start statements with, oh, I deserve this. Or, I'll figure it later. I'll figure it out later. It's fine. Let's just spend right now. Let's just have fun. This personality connects money with their emotions. They connect their personality. They connect their money with their emotions. The present situations around them determines how they spend. Their spending feels like a relief, like a stress release for them, a moment of reward, how they reward themselves, or even celebration. The challenge is not recklessness, it's timing. And this money personality, the impact on their money is that savings is not consistent. They start and stop, start and stop. They have credit cards, lots of it, charged up. They regret after they've made that excitement. After the excitement fades, then they regret that money decision or what they spent or how they spent or that investment decision they made. But let's talk honestly about the impulsive spender here. Now, no judgment. This is a no judgment zone. The impulsive spender does not struggle with money because they don't care. No, they struggle because emotion speaks louder than strategy for them in that moment that they are making that money decision. And here's what happens: an emotion shows up, say excitement, stress, frustration, celebration, sadness, exhaustion. And that emotion immediately creates a sense of urgency. And it sounds like, oh, I need this right now. Oh, I need to do this right now. If I don't get it now, I'll miss out. Or, oh, I've had a long week. I deserve to go shopping. Or I deserve that new handbag because I worked hard this week. Or because, I'm stressed. I need a bowl of ice cream right now. Then they go to the store, or they think, oh, this will make me feel better. Do you hear that? It's all about them. It's I. The problem is not the desire. The problem is the emotion convinces the brain that the decision cannot make. They can't wait 24 hours. They want it now, instantly. That instant gratification is what drives them, is what they eat up. So instead of pausing, planning, or checking with their goals, their alignment, their objectives, or checking even their bank accounts or the credit cards to see what's going on their statements, the impulsive spender acts. And here's the quiet sabotage there: they don't just spend money, they spend future peace. They don't think about tomorrow. They spend for today. They are all about the present moment. They're all about the now. That's the impulsive spender. Because after the emotion fades away, reality returns. The bill shows up, the balance drops, the regret creeps in. And then quietly, shame accompanies that regret, and it enters the full picture. And they don't want to confront it, or they don't want to own up to it, or even address it. And here's what's important to understand: the impulsive spender is not reckless, they are emotionally responsive. Emotion is not the enemy here. Remember, we said that it's the unmanaged emotion, uncontrolled emotion, that instant result or reward or celebration that they desire. That unmanaged emotion is the enemy. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 29 says, whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who is quick tempered displays folly. Again, the emotions. This is not about personality being wrong. It's about learning to slow urgency long enough for wisdom, for clarity, to step in, to speak, to make that right decision. For the impulsive spender, here is the problem. Sabotage doesn't look like chaos for them. It looks like quick yes without any future consideration. They don't ask, does this align with my long-term goals? They don't ask, is this a want or is this a need? They don't ask, what am I trading for this purchase? What is in it for me? It's that unmanaged emotion, uncontrolled emotion, that instant gratification that they're all about. It's like that sugar rush they get, that they have to spend to have that release of that unmanaged emotion. They ask, how do I feel right now? And feelings make poor financial planners when they are not checked. The breakthrough moment for the impulsive spender is realizing this. Every financial decision does not require an immediate response. Sleep on it. If it's online, pack it in your shopping cart. Let it sit there for 24 hours, minimum 24 hours, before you make any financial decision around your money, be it investments, be it paying off a credit card, anything it is. When emotion is acknowledged but not obeyed, the impulsive spender becomes one of the most powerful wealth builders. They're visionary people, they're generous and joyful with discipline when they apply these three things. Urgency is really real. Emotion just makes it real. It can wait. And that's where transformation begins. Now, how do they build wealth? Here's the good news for the impulsive spender. You do not need to become so rigid and emotionless. No, we're not saying that. Or even be restrictive on how you build wealth. No, we're not saying don't feel. We're not saying be emotionless. No. You simply need systems that protect you from your emotions in that moment. When systems are in place, willpower over it becomes optional for you. Now, let's walk through what actually works for the impulsive spender. Number one, automate savings before spending. Automate your savings. Pay yourself first. Pay your future self first. Now, that's after you've paid your tithes now. Automate your savings. Saving is very important for you. For the impulsive spenders, saving after spending, it never works because you never get to it because the money's gone. Because emotion already spent the money. So we reverse the order. You save before you spend. Every income coming in, have a system in place to automatically save that money up for you. Now, when you have a system in place, say a high yield savings account, of which I have a link to one of the banks that I highly recommend, that has been very instrumental for myself and many of my viewers, that you can take advantage of as well, giving you between 3% to as high as 5% on your savings. So automate your savings. Automation removes the emotional debate because, hey, once it's been automatically saved, you don't see it in that checking account, in your spending account. What you have in there is what you have to spend. You don't wake up asking yourself, should I save today or wait till tomorrow? It's already done for you behind the scenes. It helps you avoid negotiating or even helps you build that consistency effortlessly. So for the impulsive spender, little by little works better than big intentions. Take baby steps. Don't overwhelm yourself. Automation turns savings into a background habit, not a daily decision that you have to make or try to figure out. No. Secondly, create a guilt-free spending category. Now, here's a mistake many impulsive spenders make. They try to eliminate spending joy entirely. No, that always backfires. Don't do that. Joy is part of how you are wired. You're a happy person. So instead of fighting it, you just need to contain it. A guilt-free spending category or account gives you your emotions. It gives your emotions a safe outlet. Now, this is money that you are allowed to spend. So you need a separate account for that. You are allowed to spend that money without explanation, without justification, or without even feeling bad. So just have a system where you have money in there, either on a monthly basis, you have money transferred in there on a paycheck to paycheck basis. You deposit money into that guilt-free spending account just to satisfy that joyful self of yours. So when joy has permission, rebellion decreases. Now, this will help you to prevent binge spending. Yes, there's something called binge spending. It will help you reduce the shame cycle when you want to satisfy that urge and you feel you don't have that money. No, you have money in that guilt free account. And ultimately, it gives you that balance. The key here is not necessarily the amount, it's the boundaries you have to set. You have to set the boundaries. You don't feel deprived and your future is not sacrificed at the same time. Thirdly, pause 24 to 48 hours before any big major purchases. Now, this is where transformation really, really happens for you impulsive spenders. Now, this pause here is not to punish you. It's just for you to reflect, to ask, is this a want or a need? Is this a desire or a need? It's a time for you to just cool off, to avoid that instant gratification, that impulsive spending. Because again, that habit, that personality, your emotions are what drives you, your unmanaged emotions, that temporary feeling, the stress, the excitement, the joy, the reward, the insecurity. That's your energy. So pause. When you pause, you allow logic to catch up. You allow yourself to do your research where you need to. Contact or reach out to your financial advisor, your accountability partner before you make that big purchase or big major money decision. You allow your values to speak for you. You allow long-term goals, your future self, to weigh in on that decision. After 24 to 48 hours, one of two things happens. Either that desire, that urge, that emotion fades away, or the purchase still makes sense. And then you buy it. You buy it with peace, with clarity, knowing that that money decision is in alignment with your goals, your money goals. So either way, you still win. You still win. That money decision is to your benefit. Either you make that purchase or no. But after you pause for 24 to 48 hours, that desire fades. You have more clarity around making the right decision about about that money that you need to spend or you need to invest or put away. Either way, you win. So the big picture shift for you as as an impulsive spender, you have to make sure that you are saving automatically. You are spending and spending intentionally, waiting for that 24 to 48 hours before you make that financial decision. When you do that, your excitement remains, your joy remains, but regret, shame, it disappears. You don't have that after effect or after money spending moment, like a deja vu moment, or I mean, sorry, like a regret moment afterwards about that decision that you made. So make sure that you are applying those three key steps for you as an impulsive spender. The impulsive spender was never bad with money. They simply just needed systems to help them respect their emotions without obeying it. Respect your emotions. That's how wealth is built, with consistency, intentionally, with compassion. The second money personality is the avoider. The avoider. Are you an avoider? Let's talk about the avoider. The avoider with understanding now. We just need to understand our money personalities. All of this is a no judgment zone. Avoiders do not hate money. No, they don't. They hate how money makes them feel. They hate how money makes them feel. They hate having money conversations. It triggers some discomfort, maybe from, you know, childhood experiences, or maybe from how they were raised, or, you know, other experiences they've had along the way. They bring those conversations, bring up fear, they bring up pressure, or a sense of being overwhelmed. So instead of engaging, the avoider unconsciously steps back. It's just like having an argument with your spouse. If you're the kind of person that you avoid having argumentative, you know, arguments with your spouse or with your friend, you shut down. The same thing here. An avoider, this personality, they don't like having money conversations. They avoid it. They run from it. They do not like making money decisions. Their decision process is very quiet. But when they make it, they're consistent with it. They're consistent in the path that they delay. They delay, they wait till last minute. They ignore it. They ignore it with the hope that it resolves itself, that they'll never have to deal with it. But that is not the issue. Their most common phrase is, I'll deal with it later. Now, it sounds familiar, right? Yes, I'll deal with it later. And they say it, you know, thinking that it's harmless. But later, very much often, months or weeks after, you know, the after effects show up. When they wait till later, those later could be days later, months later, years later, before they make that money decision. Now, avoiders rarely make loud financial mistakes. They make quiet financial mistakes. They don't overspend dramatically. No, they do not. They don't gamble recklessly. Remember, they take their time. They avoid making money decisions or even having money conversations. They don't. If you're a couple, it's that spouse that doesn't like to handle money. Yes, their thinking sounds like, I'm not in the headspace right now. I don't have that clear head right now. Oh man, this is too much to deal with. Let's talk about it later. Those are their responses around money conversations. Or I don't want to talk, or I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at the finances and feel bad. I don't want it to ruin my day. So they delay. They hope time will soften the issue or resolve the issue. They assume future clarity will magically, automatically arrive. But clarity does not come from time, it comes from attention. When the avoider does not look at the accounts, the bank statements, the anxiety quiets. It's silent behind the scenes, just for a moment. Where they don't open the bill, the letters, the email notifications, the pressure pauses, and it's just for a moment because it's still there. That bill is still there. When they don't check the balance, the fear stays muted just for a moment. And for that moment of peace, for them, it feels good just for that moment. Just being mute on those things. But the hard truth is this: avoidance does not remove the problem. The mail is still there. The statement is still there. The bill is still there. The account is still there. The credit cards are still there. The mortgage is still there. The school fees is still there. The hospital bills are still there. The utility bills are still there. It just delays it. And delayed problems almost always grow. They grow. And what shows up when these things are delayed? Late fees. Late fees. Interest upon interest accruing on those bills. Bank apps, notifications being ignored. If this is you, this is you. Statements left unopened. Bills paid at the last minute or when they disconnect your utility. Investments never started. You might lose out. Conversations postponed. It might be too late because no one knows when they're going to die. Have those money conversations and secure your wealth and your legacy. The avoider is not lazy. They are emotionally overwhelmed. And overwhelm convinces them that not looking at it is a safer space to be at than facing it, than confronting it. Avoiders often associate money with past mistakes, like I said earlier. They associate it with shame, with fear of not doing enough, or fear of discovering something that they cannot fix. So they protect themselves from that emotion, from that shame, from that fear. The only way they know how to do it is by stepping away, by ignoring it, by waiting, by procrastinating. But protection through avoidance creates mere vulnerability, not less. So here's the truth to that avoider listening to my voice this very moment. Avoidance, yes, it feels peaceful, but it's costing you. It's expensive. It's costing you a lot. Missed opportunities. It's costing you your confidence. It's costing you your peace of mind for your future self. Your future self is not years from now. It's tomorrow, the next minute, the next hour. Peace does not come from ignoring the reality. It comes from understanding it and confronting it. Proverbs 21 verse 5 reminds us, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Diligence does not mean intensity. It means show up and show up consistently, even when it's uncomfortable, because the cost is greater. God does not ask the avoider here to master everything at once. No. Remember, He's not after your perfection. He just wants you to say yes and be present and take it one day at a time, one step at a time. He invites them to just take one faithful step at a time. And gradually, you confront that fear. The avoider is not broken. They are often very sensitive, very peace-loving individuals, and very thoughtful. When they replace avoidance with gentle awareness, money stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like a tool. Money stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like a tool. Clarity for them does not increase stress, it reduces it. And peace does not come later on, it comes now by just taking that one step. On a personal note, I used to be the avoider. Yes, you heard me right. So I can connect to you if you're listening to me right now. This used to be me. This used to be me. So confront it. There is nothing wrong in being an avoider. Just take it one step at a time. Open that bill. Open the bank statements. Make that phone call. Make that investment. Today is promised for you and I. Tomorrow is not. So just do it. Do what you have to do. Pay that bill. Make that investment. Do your due diligence. and start building your wealth. The next money personality we have is the overthinker. Yes, the overthinker. The overthinker. Now, with this one, I can also relate to it on a personal note. The overthinker. If this is you, stay close here. We overthink everything. We research heavily, but take little to no action behind our research. We just gather information upon information upon information. This is the overthinker right here. Now, I do want to point out here, going back to the avoider. One other thing that they do is missed deadlines. You will miss deadlines when bills are pushed onto last minute. Credit cards, due dates are forgotten. When you are late on your taxes, because the paperwork, yes, might feel very intimidating. That's why you have accountants to help you along that. Don't wait till last minute. Because again, with an avoider, you lose opportunities. This one quietly costs behind the scenes. It's the biggest loss of all, the opportunities of not opening your retirement accounts, those statements, either online or paper bill, because you feel it's confusing, or not increasing your contributions because, quote unquote, now is not the right time. So when is the right time? Or not investing because you're afraid of making that wrong move. Years pass and you are losing the compounding growth that you should have accumulated on these investments. And regret replaces your relief. Now, for the avoidance, I do want to point out a few steps that they can take towards building wealth, which is one thing I forgot to mention. The avoider does not need intense systems. You just need a structure, a gentle one. Similar to the impulsive spender. Yes, you need automation. You need scheduled check-ins. I have scheduled check-ins for me personally on a weekly basis. You don't need too many hours. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, once a week, twice a week. Just check your balances. I have notifications for me personally to help me on my text messaging. As soon as the bills are coming in, it's just 5 minutes. Bam, bam, bam. It's done. Sorted. You need a system. The goal here is familiarity, not perfection. Get yourself familiar with your statements, with your bills, and with the trends around you. Okay. Making sure that you have a scheduled money check-in. We do money dates. Yes. 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here. I face it head on. I have to have those money conversations. That works for me and my household. For the avoidance as well, accountability. Yes, you need to be accountable to a trusted partner, a coach, your spouse, a system. Avoiders do better when they are not alone. You need accountability. Now, not someone that will make fun of you or put you to shame or, put you down, but someone that will walk with them, someone that will hold your hand through that journey when you make the wrong decisions, or you're scared to have those money conversations. It could be a quick text, it could be an email, it could be a quick phone call, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Make that phone call. Not someone that will put you to shame, like I said earlier, but someone that understands you and will help you in making that right money decision. When money becomes a shared responsibility, avoidance decreases. It could be your sister, it could be your children as well. It's good to include your kids on the money conversations. Let them be the one to open the bills. I do that. They need to know how much we're paying for the utilities. So they know when we say turn off the lights or turn that water off, they understand how much is coming on the statement, how it impacts our finances as a family. So it's very, very important. So we have a question here from Mr. Taiwo. As an impulsive spender, can I stop going to the mall in order to stop my spending habit? Yes and no. As an impulsive spender, my recommendation to you is to have a spending account, a shopping account that if there's no money in that account, you don't get to go to the mall. Because if there's no money in that account, then you don't have the money to go shopping. That's setting boundaries for your money relationship. So that would help you along the way. Thank you for that question. So the avoiders, make sure that you have an accountability partner, a trusted partner, a coach. And for you, one last wealth building step or two or action that you can take is make one decision at a time. Don't be overwhelmed. Avoiders get overwhelmed when they think they have to fix everything all at once. Remember, I can connect to this personality. So, yes, avoiders, just make one decision at a time to help you remove the pressure. Not, I need to get my entire financial life together. Bam, 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 bam. No. Have a plan. If it's going to be after your quiet time in the morning, spend 30 minutes there looking at your numbers. That works for me. But again, take baby steps. What is one financial system that you want to build today? What is one aspect of your finances you want to work on today? Write it down, either daily or on a weekly basis. You can say, okay, this week I want to focus on my insurance. I want to review all my policies and shop around. That's my goal for this week. And you set out, maybe 15 minutes a day to review your policies and make your phone calls to your agents, to the companies. Review that. It could be your utilities. It could be one bill that you want to look at and review your statement. What is one small decision that you can make on a daily basis in terms of around your money? Once you have a system around that, it could even be a conversation that you want to have. Yes, sometimes you have to write those things down. Conversations, especially around families. Having those conversations are very, very important. So you are all on the same page. Momentum builds confidence. Momentum builds confidence. And as you put all this in place, you begin to see yourself gain more peace around your finances, gain more inner joy, gain get more matured around having money conversations or about confronting your bills. So start it one at a time, one day at a time. So for the avoiders, 3 things you want to do around building wealth is number 1, you want to schedule a money check-in, short 10 to 15 minutes. That's fine. Number 2, accountability. Number 3, make one decision at a time. Take baby steps. Take baby steps around it. Peace does not come from avoidance. Peace comes from clarity. Peace comes from clarity. Have those 3 things working out for you and be consistent with it. With consistency, you will enjoy the clarity that comes with it, the peace that comes around your money. When the avoider chooses clarity, even in small doses, you regain control around your money and you make better financial decisions, better money decisions around your money. Being an avoider is not a bad thing. It's not that you're bad with money. You are just often very quiet and you ignore financial decisions, but they are costing you. In the long run, they are costing you. So once you replace avoidance with gentle awareness, reminders, check-ins, accountability, you as an avoider, you become more steady and more consistent around the wealth building tools that you have to use along the way. Okay. You're not rushed, you're not pressured, you're just being consistent, you're being faithful, intentional steps in building that. So that's the avoider. Um, let's see here. Okay, no more questions. For those joining us, please, please, please make sure you leave your questions in the chat section. It's we're having a great conversation here on today's call, talking about different money personalities. Different money personalities. The third one is the overthinker. They overthink everything. Everything. They overthink everything, and they're similar to an avoider. They're very similar to an avoider. They just overthink everything, and the process of overthinking it, they don't follow up with actions. They don't follow up with actions. So instead of you spending more time attending, I'm not saying attending seminars are wrong or gathering information is wrong. No, you have to balance it up. So as you are building wealth as an overthinker, gathering that information, you also want to make sure that you are able to have accountability. So on systems, after you've gathered the information, take the time to soak in that information and apply it. Take the necessary steps for you to apply every information that you have gathered as an overthinker. You tend to overthink and over strategize and over analyze. Yes, that's the word. Over analyze things. But the more time you are spending, in your instance, analyzing things, overthinking it, giving yourself a headache, and the stress that comes with analyzing and doing everything, and waiting and waiting and waiting, that waiting is costing you money. It's costing you wealth. It's costing you opportunities. Remember, we have the avoider. They are avoiding money conversations. They are avoiding financial education or even information around money or conversations around money. The overthinker, they want to soak up, eat up all the information. They love the research. They acquire all the knowledge, but they are light on action. Little to no action to follow up all that research. So both money personalities have similar wealth building tools that they need to apply. Number one, check-in, money check-ins, accountability, and making sure that you are taking it one step at a time. Build a strategy for yourself behind all that research as an overthinker to review what you have gathered and take action, because delay is costing you heavily. Delay is costing you. Don't feel overpressured with all that, overwhelmed with all that information you've gathered. You need to take action, because overthinking it is costing you in the long run. That's the overthinker. Okay. Again, if you have any questions or if you're connecting to any of these personalities, please make sure that you are dropping it in the chat and we are hearing from you what your personalities are. The next one we have here is the risk taker. The risk taker. Now, talking about the risk taker, they are so confident in when it comes to making decisions. They move quickly when they see an opportunity. They don't even pause to reflect or to analyze they don't take their time. They don't freeze in uncertainty. They act. They act. They're not an impulsive spender. They are risk takers. And that's a gift. That is a gift. But when speed replaces discernment, momentum might, turns into volatility. It might cost you. Risk takers often use the language or say statements like, oh, I'll recover if it doesn't work out, or, well, I trust my instincts. This is going to work. This will work out. And sometimes they do, but not without cost. So you have to balance it. Risk takers decide very fast. They trust their guts. They believe that that momentum creates opportunities for them. They don't want to miss out. They don't want to overthink. They think that time, taking a moment to think about things, is costing them. For them, speed feels productive. Confidence feels powerful. That's their drive for them. Few examples here. When you have to make bold investments and you have to make them early. You get a phone call or you see an advert online and, sign up by this date, blah, 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 blah. They go on, they sign up right away. They are risk takers. They make that investment, they make that deposit, and they take the risk. They are risk takers, catching opportunities others hesitated on, experiencing rapid growth in certain seasons. Yes, risk takers often have financial success stories others admire. They are risk takers for a reason, because also when they lose heavily. They put too much into one opportunity. They put all their eggs in one basket. They're always chasing the next big thing without doing their homework, without any due diligence. They're always saying, it's worth the risk. Let's go for it. They love big, 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 big energy. Money is like a roller coaster for them. They make emotional decisions to recover quickly. So here's the truth the risk taker needs to hear. Wisdom is not fear. Wisdom is timing. Wisdom is proportion, and you need perspective. When wealth builders should be asking, as a risk taker, you should ask yourself, as a wealth builder, should I do this? Not, can I do this? Should I do this? How much should I commit? Should I try it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months before I go all in? Should I try it with one purchase before I go all in? What happens if this does not work out for me? What do I have to lose? Now, when those questions are skipped, you are being exposed greatly. Speed without direction leads to debtors. So risk takers do not need, they do not slow down completely. That is why you need rails on the road, on your financial journey. You need rails to guard you. You need to set clear boundaries. You need to set boundaries, and boundaries look like limiting how much capital goes into one opportunity, setting maximum risk percentages on how much you can invest. Risk takers, this is for you. Decide when it's time to exit before entering into that investment or into that deal or that partnership. Diversify. My advice to you is to always diversify. Risk takers, they often always concentrate on just one thing. Diversify to spread your risk across. And lastly, always think long term as a risk taker. Wealth builders, you always have to prioritize compounding. Is this sustainable? Will you see growth in this? And will the growth be consistent? When risk takers, when they zoom out, they stop reacting emotionally and start building intentionally. The risk taker is not reckless by nature. They're just courageous, they're confident. So make sure that you're doing your due diligence before proceeding with any wealth or money decision. You have to balance it. Yes, be courageous. Yes, be bold, be confident, but apply wisdom. Take a pause. Build real guards around your finances. Check-in points around your finances. Your speed can become your strength. Your confidence can become your strategy. It can become an asset for you. Balance it all. For risk takers, they are one of the most powerful wealth builders out there when they apply wisdom. Not just any wisdom, God's wisdom on their wealth building journey. Number 5 is the security seeker. The security seeker. We're almost done. The security seeker. Let's talk about them. This personality here often they're very responsible, very disciplined, and cautious. They value stability, they like to think ahead, they want to protect what has worked for them. They don't like change too much. They like to protect what is working. Let's stick to that. It's because it's working and because they've worked hard to build what is working. And that is their strength. But when safety, when safety becomes the one goal and not growth, then you stall. Then you don't see any growth. You don't see any changes. You don't see any movement. No growth. You see more of a standstill. The security seekers, their question is mostly, or always sounds more like, what if something goes wrong? They always kind of overthink the negative part of those decisions, of those money decisions. What if something goes wrong? Now, that question can either guide you to a good money decision, wisdom, or it can freeze your progress. You can lose out on opportunities. Before making a financial decision, a security seeker thinks about the worst case scenarios, what could be lost, and how to protect what they already have. They are not reckless, they are cautious. But caution, when driven by fear instead of wisdom, can become a big barrier for you. And it looks like things like excessive savings, saving up large sums of money, just sitting in a low interest savings account. It's earning you a few pennies or a few dollars. It looks like money packed in a checking account for just in case, or the fear of moving funds because you feel safer just opening your bank account every morning or getting that notification that, okay, there's money there. They may say things like, I'd rather know where my money is. I'm okay with that. But over time, newsflash, inflation is eating up your money. Your purchasing power is slowly slipping away. Everything is expensive now, and it's only going to get more expensive. Wherever you are putting your money has to be able to either match inflation rate or close to it, or in a highly competitive high yield savings account that can give you at least 3 to 4% today in today's market. So make sure that you are not sabotaging your money. It doesn't feel like sabotage wherever you're putting your money. Make sure that you are protecting it. Security seekers often believe, if I don't lose money, I'm okay. I'm doing well. No, you're not okay. Inflation is eating up your money. But wealth is not built by preservation alone, it's built by intentional growth, compounding for you over time. Jesus spoke about this in the parable of the talents. The servant who buried the talents to keep it safe was not praised. Safety without stewardship, it limits, it guards, it sets a barrier up against multiplication. So, how does a security seeker build wealth today? The security seeker, you don't need to become aggressive. No, we don't want you aggressive. We just need you to build up your confidence, true understanding. You need to acquire more financial education. Acquire more financial education that will help you overcome that fear. When you're more informed about the tools that you can use to grow your money, you make better money decisions, helping you on your journey of building wealth. Fear thrives in uncertainty. Fear loses its grip. Knowledge does not eliminate risk, but it places it in context for you. Secondly, security security seekers, you need to implement balanced investing. And it looks like keeping an emergency fund and gradually investing. You still need to invest as alongside building your emergency funds of 3 to 6 month emergencies and extended this up to a year and on like that. Now, when you do that, saving, investing, and diversification across all assets types that are accessible to you, stocks, real estate, do it all. This offers you safety and growth, not just for your now, for your future self as well. Leverage the wealth building tools available to you. And if you don't know, again, join our community here where our goal is to build wealth, leave a legacy, and live with purpose. Security seekers, they thrive, they succeed when they realize I don't have to choose between protection and progress. You don't have to. Think long-term perspective, not on what can go wrong tomorrow. Wealth builders, they focus on compounding. How can their money multiply? Where can I put my money that it will help me survive despite inflation? The security seekers, you are very capable of building wealth, lasting wealth. But when you allow fear to take over your understanding, you can't do that. You cannot do that. So make sure that safety is well balanced with your strategy. Security was never meant to be a ceiling, it was meant to be a foundation. And from a strong foundation, growth is very much possible. So leverage what you have as a security seeker. Leverage that. The last money personality we have is the generosity giver. Are you a generosity giver? Is this you? I want you to be my friend. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. The money personality is not a negative on individual character. There's always room for improvement. Yes, even for the security seekers. Yes. And as we go on, you might tend to find yourself in one or two of this. So you could have multiple personalities. It all depends again on the phases of life that we find ourselves sometimes. And I'll talk more on that. So, yes, the last one personality we have is the generous giver. Let's talk about them. As just like they're called, they are generous givers. I live with one, by the way. He's online, so I can pick on him. Yeah, he's watching. That's my husband. This personality leads with their heart. With their heart. They have such a big heart. They're compassionate, they're empathetic, and they're deeply aware of everyone's needs. They literally stay up at night thinking of how they will help that individual. When they help, they derive joy. They feel that when they help, when they give, they feel purpose, they feel fulfilled. That's their own sugar rush. That's what makes them happy. Their common language sounds like someone else needs it more. God will provide, He will make a way. Yes, He will, He'll make a way. Or when you ask them for help, or you go to them for any financial need, they tend to respond by saying, don't worry, yes, God will provide. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, and I'll get back to you. And trust me, they will get that money and get it to you. Now, this personality is beautiful. They are loving individuals. But when generosity is unguarded, it doesn't just bless others, it quietly drains that giver. If you don't have any guards, nothing protecting you. So, with this personality, yes, they give by faith, they give by trusting that God will provide. But with what God has also given you, you have to make sure that you're also building wealth for yourself and putting things in place, using the tools that God has provided you with to use. The generous giver does not lead with spreadsheets. No. They are similar to an impulsive spender. The impulsive spender spends, they are spending, and it's all about them. The generous giver, on the other hand, they are more about giving to people. They don't care so much about what their personal needs are. They're all about blessing others. That's their own energy. That's their own drive. That's how they feel. That's their own purpose for them. When a need is not presented, they feel it at heart, because they spend by how their heart feels, their emotions. They imagine the impact they're making. They don't like saying no. No is not in their vocabulary. They often decide quickly as well. Now, not because they're careless, but because their heart responds faster than their strategy. And people tend to take advantage of this, those that know them. The challenge is not generosity. The challenge is order. You have to put your finances in order. What do I mean by that? This category of people tend to undersave. It looks like giving freely, but never prioritizing your own personal money goals, savings, investing, your own personal goals. You just help others and ignoring your future needs. To take care of itself. That's usually their statement. Tomorrow will take care of itself. They don't see themselves as under saving. They see themselves as being faithful. But faith without structure leads to strain. Now, the hidden cost for them is also emotional exhaustion, because feeling drained after giving, either financially or themselves, or they feel drained after giving, or sometimes they might feel a quiet resentment that they don't want to admit, or guilt when they cannot help. They feel guilty. Or sometimes they might feel stretched really thin financially and emotionally. They give, they give, they give. They love helping in any capacity. They are selfless individuals, but they feel depleted. Now, what is damaging them or sabotaging their money? And here's the gentle caution here for the generous giver that you need to hear. You give without structure, not without love, not without faith, but without boundaries. You don't have boundaries. They believe, if God put this need in front of me, I must meet it. They try to be the Messiah for everybody. But not every need is yours to carry. And not every opportunity to give is a command to give now. Unstructured generosity leads to burnt out, not blessing. Even Jesus himself withdrew. Even Jesus himself rested. Even Jesus said no in the Bible at different times, different scenarios in the Bible. So, how does a generous giver build wealth? How do they build wealth? Let's consider this for them. The generous giver does not need less generosity. No, that is not what I'm saying. My recommendation for you to do this as a giver, building wealth with purpose, with peace of mind. Because again, your heart is what drives you. You need to give intentionally. I recommend a giving account. A giving account. Set up a separate account for giving. We have one. We have to have one. Planned generosity means you decide ahead of time how much you give, what is in the account, where you can give, when you give. And this removes guilt, pressure in that moment. When generosity is planned, you can give freely without anxiety. And I want you to seriously consider this, especially if you're an individual that you have you have dependents who rely on you. Immediate dependents, a spouse, children. How would they survive? Secondly, separate giving, saving, and investing. Don't put all in one account. Now, this step here is very transformational. Instead of putting all your funds in one bank account, all your money in one pot, create different accounts and let each account have its own purpose. Automate it. Investing automatically, giving automatically, saving done automatically. Everything is automated. So if there's no money in the given account, you know that saving is your emergency fund. That investing is already invested, either in your 401k, your Roth IRA, your life insurance, IUL policy, name it. It's already tied to a mutual fund, ETF, CDs, any form of investment, real estate, it's already secured. When you have a system as a generous giver, when you have a system, this helps you in building what you need for your future. When you give, yes, with what you have set aside as giving, you're building each bucket, each account simultaneously. You're giving, you're saving, you're investing. God will still bless you. It doesn't determine how much he blesses. He's a God that blesses. This is stewardship, not selfishness, because you are still accountable for everything he gives to you. And you have to be careful, obedient to him when he says give and when he says don't give, or give to this person or don't give to this person. You have to be in alignment with God's word to you. And lastly, here, you have to practice sustainable stewardship. And what does this mean? Sustainable stewardship asks things like, can I continue giving this way 5 years from now? And if you're such a big giver, find more means to bring in income. Create multiple streams of income. That way, you have more money coming in, you have more money to give away. If that's what drives you, if that's what helps you. But as you are building that giving account, be building a savings account, an investment account for your future self when you are not able to walk anymore. So you have money to take care of yourselves. You're not relying on those that you blessed or those that you gave to come back and bless you. That is the wrong mindset. God will send his own people to bless you. When you give, you are giving out of the goodness of your heart. But as you are being a giver, you also want to make sure that you are also building other outlets for you along the way, because you are also accountable for yourself and your family. Now, the question here is, can I continue to give this way 5 years from now? If the answer is no, then you need to adjust your model. You need to adjust your strategy, your process, your structure. God does not glorify burnout. He's honored by faithfulness over time. Something that can sustain your future and protect your heart all the way. Proverbs 11, verse 25. The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Notice the promise here includes refreshment. Refresh, prosper, generous. Generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. If giving leaves you depleted, burnt out, drained, then something don't seem right. Something is out of alignment here. Generosity thrives with boundaries. Boundaries don't limit generosity, they preserve it. They preserve the act of being generous. The generous giver was never meant to be empty. If you love to give, build multiple streams of income. Make sure that you have businesses that will sustain you passively as you build. When generosity is structured, it becomes joyful again. It becomes peaceful. It becomes sustainable. You don't have to choose between helping others and honoring your future. With wisdom, you can do both. So I want to pause here right now. Which money personality did you recognize yourself? Which of these money personalities did you recognize? Can you identify yourself in? Are you the impulse spender, the avoider, the overthinker, the risk taker, the security seeker, or lastly, the generous giver? Please comment number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, or you can even be all. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave your comments below. Please leave your comments below. Type the number in the chat. Which of these personalities do you belong to or speaks most to you in your current season right now? Which one do you notice showing up the most in your current season? Is it possible you've experienced more than one money personality at different stages of your life? Yes, it's very possible. Number 6, yes, I told you all. Mr. Owokoniran. Yes, the generous giver. Yes. Anyone else would love to share? Which one speaks to your personality? Which one? Think about it. Have there been seasons where you were bold and willing to take risks, and other seasons where you were just, being careful? You just wanted safety and stability. Have there been times when generosity flowed easily because income was coming in, and other times when you felt overwhelmed or scared to spend your money, or you felt fear or overwhelmed because cost you to keep looking, to avoid looking at your finances altogether? We're all human. We are all human. Your money behavior, it shifts, it changes. It changes as you grow. It changes as life experiences happen. It changes when income changes. It changes when your responsibility increases. Married, children, if you're in the sandwich generation, like myself, where we have parents to take care of and we have kids to take care of, or you're a caregiver, your money behavior or personality will also change when you go through trauma, loss, when your confidence grows, or when your confidence is shaken. Seasons of abundance as well, when you go through that, or scarcity. So, all I'm saying is the same person can be a risk taker in their 20s, can then become a security seeker after having kids, or slip to an avoider during stress or burnt out, or show impulsive tendencies during emotional seasons, or lean into a generous giver pattern in faith driven seasons, or become an overthinker after a big financial mistake, simply because we're all human. This is human, not failure. Money personalities are not fixed labels. It's not to label anybody. They are responses to seasons, pressure, responsibilities, and experiences that we've been through all along our lives. So, what often changes is not who you are, but what you are protecting or reacting to in that season. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 reminds us, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. The goal is not to judge yourself for past seasons. No, the goal is to gain discernment for the season you are in now, today. When you understand your money personality, everything becomes clearer. Budgeting becomes realistic because you know where you are. You know the personalities you are presenting, you are showing, you are reflecting. Investing feels intentional. Shame disappears. Strategy sticks. You follow it through. You save consistently. You stop fighting yourself and start working with how God designed you. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18. It is God who gives you the power to get wealth. We already have that power in us. And that power includes self awareness. That is why this topic is very important. Your money personality. It can either break you or make you. It can either break you or make you. So if tonight brought clarity and you want help applying this personality, I'd love to invite you to take advantage of my free Build, Grow, Thrive strategy session, a wealth discovery plan just for you, tailored for you, where together we will identify your patterns and align the necessary steps, the next steps to help you along the journey. along your financial journey, because we all need it. We all need it. We all need help with our finances. And I'm going to make sure I post the link in the chat, in the comment session as well, so that you can all go ahead and book your session. It's a free session. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. We will help you build, grow, and thrive, building a system that works for your money personality, for where you are in your current season. Everyone's strategy is different. Everyone's map is different. Everyone's finances, your numbers, we are all in different stages of life. When it comes to building wealth, we're all in different stages. But the goal is to get us from point A to B, to C to D, and ultimately to our desired goal, our desired money goals. So let me leave you with this. Your money habits, they're not random. They're not. Every personality can build wealth. And I did share different wealth building tools and steps for each personality. I really went in depth in this video intentionally, because I want you to align yourself, to confront yourself with the reality of who you are, what your money language is. What is your money language? We all talk about love language, but what is your relationship with your money? Once you can identify it, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, we get as to what it is. Every personality can build wealth. Alignment brings peace, brings clarity. Awareness, it breaks the cycle of sabotaging your money, of living paycheck to paycheck. Your message matters very much today, more than your perfection. Just take it one step at a time. You know, the Dave Ramsey, he has the baby steps. Let's come up together on that wealth discovery session for you, and help you build your own steps that works for you. Your own steps, your own strategy that works for you. And your financial future is still unfolding. It's still unfolding it. So I want to leave you with that. So please, 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 if this resonated with you very much, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, share this video to everyone that needs to connect to this and needs to be informed, educated about their money personality, because this is very, very important on our money journey. This is very, very, very important. And I'd love to see each of you. Make sure this is a money date for us every week, every Monday. Join me for my Build, Grow, Thrive Mondays with Coach Lola. And I'll do well every now and every episodes will get guest speakers with me live. So follow us on all social media platforms. Make sure that you are connected. You are connected with our community on all social media platforms. It's at Coach Lola Owokoniran. One word, you find me. And our business name, Imini Wealth, is also on all social media platforms. Connect with us, Imini Wealth, IMINIWEALTH. Thank you all so much for connecting with me, for staying glued to your screens on this episode. I believe and I know that you have been empowered, you have been blessed, you have been you are informed. You are informed. You are now informed with every decision that you need to make. You are equipped with the tools that you need, regardless of the money personality that you find yourself, to help you on your journey to building wealth. Again, my name is Coach Lola Owokoniran. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. Yes. Until next time, I'll see you same time next week, Monday. It's a date. It's our money date, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye for now.